Hello and welcome to this webinar. Today we have a presentation called Generative AI for Low Research Languages. In this webinar, Dr. Kusum Lata, Assistant Professor at Sharda University, will be covering her work focused on developing and utilizing large language models as a means for creating low research language instruction sets. So, with that, I'll let Dr. Kusumlata introduce herself and her presentation. And yeah, enjoy.
Hello, good morning and good evening, everyone. I'm working as an assistant professor in Sharda University and also working as a researcher in one of the group with the Odia GenAI, if you have heard about it. Because we are working for a low resource languages, so that's why today I'm going to speak about the generative AI for a low resource language. So we have. I'm just going to give some introduction about the generative AI initially. So in generative AI, in generally, if you have seen that most of the people are using now Chat GPT, Perplexity, which is also based on the Chat GPT 3.5, where we are actually generating the text. If you're giving some input, uh, some instructions, like if I want to be like a create a one sample for a cover letter for applying a postdoc, so it will be giving that sample for that. Been generating the text based on your descriptions given or the questions you have typed there in prompt. So here the generative AI, which is using artificial intelligence technology, which is we have to generate the different kind of information. It can be a text, it can be of images, it can be a videos, any other. So just you have to give some instructions like what type of informations you want. So how this generative AI work? First, we have to train the model on the some data set we have collected. So like training data, we can say we are training the data. Using the training data, we have trained the model. And now what happened, the generative AI model, which is extracting some features or patterns, the relationship between the uh, I can say the words also. So based on that learning, it is creating the new data. If let us just we I have given the example that if you are giving the questions like create a sample for a cover letter when you are applying for any position, just let us say for postdoc, doctorate in a NLP. So it will giving us some sample, providing us some sample that generating the text, because we have trained the model for a that to that particular that tech training data. So in generative AI can be used like when we can generate the images, we can generate the videos from text also. And there are large language model. If this is ChatGPT is also a large language model, these are developed. So we can say that there is a larger growth or tremendous advancement in this technology, in generative AI technologies, which is based on the transformer based deep learning. All before this Chat GPT, if have you have heard about the BERT, which is released by Google. So that is a language model that is already trained on some text for and then we can use it. So what we said that already, that where it is applicable generative AI. If we say that it is a language, just like generating a language, generating a text, if you are using a chat GPT, you are giving some instructions and the text is generated. So it means that is in a language form. So like if you have tried the generate code for a particular task, then it will be generated some the code. So it is also used for code development, essay. And the recently there is a one Devin tool is used to develop a code in code for a project, whatever the task it is. And visually, like generation of videos, as earlier I said that the video can be generated by using generative AI. There are many tools exist there for to, if you just describes in particular way that you want the video for that particular description, the video will be generated for that. Again, it is also used in 3D models like simulation of a car, uh, automation of a car, designing, generation of images, and one also used for generation of a music, also generation of a voice. There are now again, we said if these are the application, but there is also risk. If you have heard about that, like there is a deep fake point concept is there, like the fake voice can be created, so fake video can be created. There is a one issue is there with the one of the actresses, that the video is faked with uh, using this technology. So there is risk, or I can say the it is when these are used misused, these are can be used in a very bad way. So before going to that, why we have shifted to the low resource language. So before that, we should know what is low resource language. So here is low resource language are those for which we don't have any resources available for a natural language processing task. Like, because we have to be process the languages, natural language. It can be in English, it can be in Hindi, it can be in any language. Okay, so just we are focusing on the low resource language, as English is a rich resource language. Already there are resources available for that. So the low resources mean the resources, it can be in any form, like speech, data, annotated text, also any resources, any tools which is used for building the any language model that are effective. So low resource languages can be minority language, like regional languages, languages with limited data set available, or I can say less computerized, in digital form is less available. Like, if because we are focusing on Indic language, so let us say for Hindi and Odia, and I can say another word like a Tamil language. So these are the some native languages which is having we have a less data available for building the LLM. So these are some challenges by using, because we have a limited data, and there are less linguistic resources are available, less language models are available. As for a Hindi, as far I know, that the AI Bharat has created the language model for the Indic language. Many languages they have included, like bird. If you say the bird, that is also based on the transformer based. So it is very difficult to adapting that these model existing model because of the availability of a data set. So why? Because there is a now in recently the LLM model are now in a demand, uh, as the English already having you rich resource, already there are available tools are there. So due to the unavailability, and I can say the performance also, there are multilingual LLM model. Again, I said the ChatGPT is also supporting some Indic languages, but these have some limitation. These are not understanding the local context in the uh, like in what context they have asked the question. So these problems are very critical or very important for the low resource, because of the need of instruction set. As if we have a low resource language, so we don't have a data set also, so we need to create some data set, instruction data set, because we have to give some question, and along with the some questions that we have should have an answer. So there is a need for a LLM which supporting the Indic languages uh, by using generative AI or LLM model based technology. So we have created a large language Odia instruction set first, which including the domain knowledge for which is we have used for LLM fine tuning, and then we have developed a language model for Odia language by the fine tuning LLM. This LLMA2 model is already is a model which is for English language. So we have used that pre-trained model to and then fine-tuned it on the dataset for ODA instruction set. So this is the figure I have shown there. The ChatGPT generated this answer. So which is actually not relevant when we ask that what is the recipe of preparing a rasagulla. So answer from that, it is not that much correct. So for that we have analyzed, so we created a data set after that. So whatever the model we have generated, that generate the text more relevant, and I can say more culturally sensitive to Odia language, because we said that India has a different states, different languages, and different cultures. So it is culturally sensitive to Odia languages. So LLM model we have fine tuned it, and whatever the specific requirement for Odia language. So also whatever the Odia domain knowledge data set we have also used to enhance the performance. So and also so that what the researchers are researchers who are using all these techniques, or the I can say the languages Odia in Odia language research they are doing. So it will be contributing to safeguarding the against the potential plagiarism also. So so we have created the data set of 181K ODA instruction set. As you see in the table, there are these are uh, these are the statistics of the data set. Like ODA domain context, we have taken 10.5K, Alpaca data set, Dolly, GPT teacher role play, GPT teacher instruction, and the hard code question answering. So what we did here, one, the data we have created that ODA domain context, we have taken the data from the sources and available benchmark data set which is for English. We have translated that data. That's why we said the data set we have a two types. One is a translated data instruction set and domain knowledge data set. So translated data instruction set that we have used, that we have created by translating into the ODA. So domain we have included historical, temples, arithmetic, health geography, and the cultural information of Odia. Odia writers, famous Odia poets, writers, and all these political leaders, sports, general knowledge of Odisha, all these we have taken in the dataset. So for how we have created, so extract the Odia, we have created a one olive scraper from which I have to give only the URL, and then it will extract that data from the website, and then we have to collect the relevant information, which is handle different type of documents. You can also give the PDF, text, docx, all these, and also it will be when we extract the data, which it will be JSON lines or in a txt file. It will gives in both way. And this is olive form which is designed to generate the language model instruction set. I mean, we are creating a data set in Indic. It is currently supporting Hindi and Odia. We will extend for other languages, Indic languages also, but currently it is supporting only Odia and Hindi language. So we what we have here, the input can be in any form. You can give an URL. If you see here, like select language, input prompt. If you are giving text, you can select from here, like in which way you are giving the input, or you are giving a PDF, you are giving text, you are giving PDF document. So the questions, how many questions you are required. If you see there, I've given their input text, and they generated some instructions, so questions, so I can say that. So this will be and then also we have used ChatGPT to generate this process of generating the instruction set also. So for experimental setup, we have fine-tuned the LAMA27B model, which is already existing for English language. So which is on the ODA instruction set. And the model was trained for 7 epoch with a batch size of 128. Learning rate we have used, and TPU V32 accelerator we have the models trained on that. Adam optimizer we have used, and then gradient accumulation of we have used, and the weight decay dropout. With this weight decay we used to combat the overfitting. So these are the experimental setup we have done, and this is a loss graph of the model for particular this model. And uh, Now we have, because we have to also set up some context size, how many tokens they have to be considered, how many maximum sequence length can be. So we have taken 512 tokens, temperatures, to balance between focus and diversity, all these. So there are two type of evaluation we have done. One is automatic evaluation, and another is human evaluation. So for the automatic evaluations, we have used dog and blue scores, and because most of these metrics are used, and this the evaluation matrix, the score I have given, shown we have shown here, 0.6583, 0.61 for blue. As in human evaluation study, we have considered the other metrics: one, readability, and the perplexity and correctness. And the number of sample we have used for human evaluation, 102. And for human evaluation, we have used a native speaker, who can check that the data is generated in a correct way, or they can be able to read it, comprehend it properly, or whether they predict the output, next word properly, or the answer is given by correct or not. So these will be this is the human evaluation matrix. This figure 3 is showing, like, readability is good, perplexity matrix and correctness is there. So result of human evaluation, we have suggested that model can generate fluent and coherent relevant text, because the text will be generated in a coherent way, so that we can able to understand what they want to. If you see here, the comparative analysis, we have our model and the ChatGPT 3.5, the questions we have given here, and some answer given by our model. So we have checked that what is the difference between the answer that. So this is the comparative analysis by giving the input. And so we have seen that there is demonstrating the strong performance. Also toxicity detections is there, performed very well at toxicity detection, so that it cannot generate a harmful text or in a bad way. So model has a good understanding of a grammar of Odia language, so we can distinguish between the different classes in a classification task effectively. And see that we have faced the challenges when we are generating a long answers, due to some constraint, as we have discussed, that maximum token size we have given there. So because of that, for a long answer, it is giving some error. So these are the limitations. As we said that for a long answer, so it suffer from hallucination and still answers incorrectly sometime. For if you are asking the question related to Odisha, because even though the model we have trained on the Odia domain knowledge, but still there is a chance of improving it, and unnecessary text can be produced after giving the some correct answer. So in can say we can say for a generalization we have to work on that. So these sometime it will be giving no output for some questions or some circumstances, especially for arithmetic. So or when response is supposed to be long, the answer should be long. So that is, so we can conclude that whatever the data set we have created, which is creating a domain knowledge as the low resource language, we have fine tuned several parameters and the techniques we have employed to optimize the models efficiently and the performance. The future, in future, we are now, whatever the limitations, we are going to investigate why it is performing in a such a way that they are going into the in-depth study of this model with available the multilingual model which is supporting Odia. As we said that ChatGPT is also supporting the Odia, but still there are some errors for a particular language. So as we have worked now more, there is also ChatGPT in Odia, like for Odia LLM model, their LLM model for Bengali also we have done already. Now we are working on now Hindi language. So as these particular work is only for the Odia language, as this is lower source language. So next, now we are working on Hindi now. So thank you so much. This is the availability. if you want to go through, we can you can go through this these websites. We have the data set model available for whatever the data set we have created, and model also Hugging Face also. You can have that data set and model also in the Hugging Face. And you can also go in the website, our website, where we have blogs and the number of research papers. So you can go through that if you have any, you want to go into deep study. So thank you so much. If you have any questions regarding.
Yeah, if you have any questions, I would encourage you to put the comments, questions, concerns below. And if we don't get to it at this moment, uh, Dr. Kusum Lata can go in and comment as you make your questions. But I think this is an excellent exercise in preserving languages. In this
Mhm.
particular case, it was with the Hindi language, but this can easily be exploited in different Spanish, Latin based, Greek, all sorts of languages around the world. Are there any future plans that you have for this particular framework, Dr. Kusum? Hello?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Are there any particular future plans for this framework of reconciling language?
For a particular Hindi language.
Any language whatsoever, or are you going to continue to work and fine tune this Odia language?
No, no. We are working on for working for a Hindi language. We working on just for creating a data set for a Hindi language. We are in a process, and so that we can pre-train the model from scratch, so the performance can be enhanced.
Okay. Um, any other opportunities that you see that you can capitalize on with your work?
Um, See, I think the with whom I'm working, so there are that we can go for other low resource languages. It's not about only Indic language. Just we need other language native speaker so that they can give us the feedback.
Is there anybody that should get in touch with you for collaborating with you in your work, or if they have any questions?
Sorry.
Is there anybody that should get in touch with you for further information or to
Hmm.
collaborate with
Uh,
you?
there is a one student from a one Indian university who is also working on some native language, Assami language. So she's actually um, asking for me for advising uh, on that particular language, how we can do that. And we are hiring, I mean the co-founder of this group, hiring the some interns also, so that they will be able to understand.
This would be primarily suited for people that are uh, doing work, research, or studies in natural language processing and knowledge engineering, right?
Yeah, for specifically right now Indic language only, because there are a lot of languages in India, the native languages. So specifically we are working on like Indic language still.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, if there's anything else that you'd like to include, thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. I found it very exciting, and I hope to see what's next. I want to see more cultural heritage preservation projects.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. Well, we're going to be starting the next presentation in the next 6 minutes, so be sure to tune in for the next one. And have a good rest of your day.
Okay, bye. Thank you so much.